It is one of those places in Missoula you might drive by every day but not really know what goes on there. It's the 4th D Club in a very unassuming building near one of the city's busiest intersections. But the things that happen there are often described as miracles, and now this club is ready to share its story with the community. The hallways echo with the gritty and personal stories of addiction and stories of hope and healing. The walls reminding everyone who comes here there is another way. And for more than a decade, the 4th D Club has provided a handful of the 12-step programs a safe place to meet, an important step in recovery.
I was that person that you see on the corner talking to themselves, usually with no shoes and no coat in February.
Tina says she often cannot believe how much better her life is today after 28 years of addiction. She's now a sponsor to several others in her Narcotics Anonymous group.
I have a job previously. There was a good 10-year period where I couldn't continue employment at the same place for more than 3 months at a time. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and it's amazing. It was an amazing process of recovery.
There are about 70 meetings here every week, from NA to AA, Al-Anon, Debtors Anonymous, and others. It's a safe place for these 12-step programs and the people who need them.
Most people don't know there's another way to live. I didn't get here by accident, and I didn't know there was another way to live, and I certainly didn't think I could be happy, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The biggest promise in all program is that the best of life is ahead and not behind, and at the time I couldn't see that, and what happened was I got rocketed into the 4th dimension. And I'm a blissfully happy man these days.
The 4th dimension refers to a state when the dimensions of our physical, mental, and emotional states are in harmony and balance, with complete abandon to a higher power. People often report feeling awake for the first time. The club's location is perfect in Missoula, right on the corner of Broadway and Russell, convenient to those who need these services. But because it's a nonprofit, there's always the stress of financial security, which is why the club is reaching out to the public to let them know exactly what it is they do here. It's near the Poverello Center, the pre-release, and other groups where a 12-step program is vital to recovery. Getting to a meeting shouldn't be one of the barriers to recovery. John is a former president and board member of the 4th D Club.
I don't think the community at large really even knew we existed or that we had a purpose. I stand out here in front sometimes and watch people drive by and they look at the sign and they don't have a clue what we do here. Our aim in the beginning was to be self-supporting through our own contributions, and we've tried really hard with that for a long time, and we've always been on the wire of being able to stay open or closed. And this last time we got there, it was really kind of at a crisis point.
I'm not going to say that if this location ends that it will cease to be, because it will probably move somewhere else. But what I'm saying is this location is an asset to recovery in our community. And we're here and everybody knows about us at the moment, Everybody who needs us knows where we're at.
John tells us the landlord is supportive, but support from its members and the community is vital. It's someplace that's actually making a difference in a community's fight against drug use and the tragedies that follow.
You hear about the problem all the time on TV and in the news, and it's such a big thing, and it was a big thing when I was young and it was on the news, and I'm kind of from the DARE generation, and everybody had the bumper sticker on the back, and this thing has always continued to go forward, but when something happens, there's some sort of disconnect that happens, between, what happens in Washington and what happens in Helena versus what actually happens with the individual addict. And, treatment options are limited and they're expensive. And, ideally, anybody would have access to treatment, but that isn't actually what happens.
You can learn more about the 4th D Club in Missoula, from the groups it supports to volunteer opportunities, and you don't need to be in recovery to volunteer. You can also find out how to contribute or any other ways through a link on our webpage. We have it for you at KPAX.com.
Just shows you change is possible with dedication and the support of others.
It was very inspiring, and there was a lot of work to be done, but I applaud this club. It's great.
Good to see them making those efforts.